Good morning. A few months ago I did this video where I basically just did like a thrifting guide for London, and I'm guessing a few of you guys liked it because it's like my second most watched video on this channel. Today I thought that I would bring you an updated version since I am in Barcelona, where I'm going to be taking you through some of the best thrifting spots here. And I have to be so honest with you guys, Barcelona is on a whole different level for thrifting. Like, I thought I knew my favorite thrifting spots in the city, and then when I started researching this video I found like 100 other shops, and I'm not even exaggerating. I thought that we could go and check them out together. This way I'm saving you the effort of having to check them all out if they're not worth it. So if you live here or you're planning a trip here, then keep on watching because we're gonna get through a lot of them today. Well, not today because that's way too many for me to get done in a day. And then I can review each of them for you and let you know what items to look for in each shop so that you guys have this whole organized guide without having to actually travel to all of these shops. So just doing community service for you guys. So make sure to subscribe if you like this video because I'm on a mission to try and get my channel monetized this year. I'm gonna get dressed and then we can go and check out our first couple of thrift shops. I'm very excited. OOTD before I go on my mission. Los Vaqueros de Pool. The top is from Mattel. It was gifted, so I don't know if they still sell it, but the cardigan is from M&S and I got it like a year ago, so I also don't know if they still sell them. The locket is from my girlfriend. The jacket I got from Vinted, but I think it's originally from H&M. And a moment for the tote bag. It's also my girlfriend's and I stole it from her, so love you. First up is Urban Vintage. This one is the closest to Plaza Catalunya, and even though it's quite small, it was very much a perfect curation of everything sportswear, Y2K, 90s. It also had a good range of sizes. Prices very much took me by surprise since it was so curated. I expected everything to be over like 40 euros, but most things you see in this video were priced around 10, 20. Here are some of my favorite pieces. I really liked this green shirt, which was so gorgeous, and I loved the details, and it was only 10 euros, just definitely not my color. And I also found this trench coat for only 20 euros in the best state ever. It looked brand new, but it was way too big for me, unfortunately. I was also obsessed with these sunglasses. The range of accessories unmatched. Next up we have Mahalo Vintage, which is basically just across the street, and this shop was beautiful. The organization and the decor was so great. They literally had people steaming the shirts before hanging them up. That's so wild to me. The vibe again was mostly sportswear, 80s, 90s, but the shop itself was so big that I think you can pretty much find anything you want in here. It literally took me so long to get through the whole shop. The prices were a little steeper, but I also noticed that everything was more branded and more designer. I found this Harry Potter shirt that if it was a little bit smaller, I would have copped right then and there because I was obsessed. Same for this polo. I don't know what possessed me to choose this color. And I also found a section of reworked cropped shirts, including this one that I had to try on because it's giving 2020 Lily Che wannabe. And lastly, this jacket, which I liked, but I hated the collar, so I didn't get. I walked a little bit further down and I found Love Vintage tucked away in a little alleyway. This was a much smaller shop, but again, it was so well curated. I also found out that they sell through their website, so you can check that out. The vibes here were much more high fashion vintage, and I unintentionally ended up with 3 Burberry pieces without realizing. Firstly, the iconic jacket, which I didn't exactly love the tone of or the fit. These sage green pants, which I loved on the hanger, but they were way too big for me. And then these other green pants that were way too small. So I also loved the Discourse, the type of top from a Spanish designer. I can't really remember anymore, but then again, it was a little bit too big and it kept falling down. I don't know what's up with me and orange today. And the last shop that I checked out for today was Humana Vintage, which is technically an international franchise, but this specific store is my favorite. I love it. They have everything from sportswear to bedding to ball gowns, and the prices are very reasonable. Of course, it's less curated than some of the other shops, but this is like peak thrifting experience for me. I found this fur coat, which was only 28 euros and was super thick, and I wish I found like 3 months ago. I also love the sweater, especially the color. It's so me, but I decided I owned too many sweaters in that moment, but now I'm regretting it because it was only 12 euros and I wish I got it. These pants were also cute, but I wasn't too sold on them and their fit. And then the unthinkable happened, guys. I found this dress purely by chance. I decided to try it on and I was so obsessed. It reminded me of a Y2K prom dress from an American teen TV show, and the fit was so insane. It literally felt like it was made for me, and it makes me too emotional just to think about it. So this is the end of day 1 of thrifting. A little bit higher. I started filming this video in March. It is currently July 3rd. Never brought my camera with me because I'm so terrified of people stealing my stuff. Then I would tell myself, oh, I'd film on my phone, and then I would, but I would film everything vertically because I sort of accidentally became a thrifting influencer. We don't have time to unpack that. We do have time, however, to go through every place that I've thrifted in the past couple of months, and I'm gonna be 100% honest with you and give you the breakdown of the best places to thrift in Barcelona. And now my credentials are that this is literally my job. Like, I am paid to be a thrifting influencer. Me, this girl. So, first thrifting spot, we're actually gonna go to a market, and this one is run by To Market Barcelona. It's an organization. They have a bunch of markets that they put on. They have a €5 market, they have like kilo sales, but the one that I recommend the most is the €1 market. To me, when I heard this, I genuinely thought it was gonna be just scraps of fabric, because for €1, hello, I'm gonna tell you, prepare yourself for the overstimulation that it is to have hundreds of thousands of clothes thrown at you all for €1. Also, big tip, obviously if you're from Spain, a lot of these places accept Bizum. If you're not from Spain and you don't have Bizum, make sure you bring cash, because some have card readers, a lot do not. This is my most viral video on TikTok, and people always ask A, when it's open, B, where it's at. And all I can say is follow To Market Barcelona on Instagram, because they post all the markets that they're gonna have that week on their pages. Specifically the one that I've gone to and I've seen a lot of times, it's here, it's at Ovella Negra. I have another sort of traveling market, and this one is a pop-up. It's called Crazy Zoco. I knew nothing about what they were offering except that everything was €9. It's a very oddly specific value for things to be at, but I bought this shirt actually. I didn't even realize, but I bought this shirt there. I've been looking for a shirt like this, like it's literally been on my Pinterest board all the time. Like I said, this one is a traveling market. So in the past weeks, I can see that they were in Alicante, San Sebastián, Zaragoza, Huelva, Madrid, Burgos, Cartagena, Granada. This one is a blast. They have like DJs going on. They have like lottery. If you want like a little planazo for your fin de semana, I will recommend this. The next one is a little bit more of a nice high-end vintage brand. It's called Neare. I was invited to their opening because their original shop was in Madrid and they just opened in Barcelona, and I honestly had the time of my life in this opening party. Everybody was dressed super cute and everybody was trying clothes on and having fun, and it was just like a really nice fashion event. And then I went back to the shop just to see if it was actually worth it or if it was just the illusion of partying that makes it seem more enjoyable. And in truth, this is perfect if you're very into like early 2000s, 90s, but it's got a lot of color. This literally feels like a shop where you can buy outfits for main character in 2000s chick flicks. The shoes that they have are so beautiful that like Carrie Bradshaw herself would enjoy this shop. Like, this is a wonderful, wonderful shop, and it's a very small curated space, but I'm telling you, every other thing that I saw there, I was like, I need to buy this. I need this right now. Like, I never in my life thought that this would be my style, but once I put those clothes on, oh my gosh, mind blown. Also, sidetrack, the more I thrift, the more I really just get the idea cemented into my brain that clothes are really bad quality nowadays. Like, they're so bad. Every time that I try something on at any given retail shop after exclusively thrifting and buying everything secondhand, I genuinely am surprised by how we just accepted that these materials are what we're gonna put in our bodies. And then no wonder people throw stuff out because they last like 3 days. Enough of my rants. Next up, we've got House of Rowdy, and this is also a very similar, highly curated shop, but with a little bit more modern pieces. I'm gonna tell you, if you want the basics, like if you're really into like capsule wardrobe minimalism, this is probably the place to go. High street brands like Zara, Mango, H&M to like vintage fashion. They also, bonus points, had a little coffee shop within the shop, which I thought was very cute, and they had a lot of accessories as well, a lot of shoes. I am still thinking about these wonderful trainers that I saw at that shop. Like, I want them so bad. And the last one that I have that I actually visited this weekend, so you guys can't get mad at me for not posting anything for like four months on YouTube. The latest one that I went to this weekend is called La Petite Parade. It's a vintage market. I walked in and I was in love. This has absolutely become my favorite place. I was talking to the owner because I wanted to know a little bit what they specialize in the shop, and all she did was look at me and she said, everything. Like, it was so ominous to me, but I was like, what do you mean you have everything? And then she went through each section of the shop, and when I tell you that they literally have everything. They have like Y2K clothes, 90s, a lot of accessories, a lot of dresses. I'm telling you again, the dresses here were to die for. They had a whole Hawaiian shirt section, which I am not allowed to go into the Hawaiian shirt section because otherwise that would be all I would wear. So I don't allow myself to have a single one of those because I can't let that become my personality trait. And then they had something that absolutely made my jaw drop to the floor, which was this beautiful dress. I have to put it on screen. This was made out of a football jersey, and I cannot even explain to you how this fit. This is so gorgeous, the fit. I didn't see any teams that I supported, and something about me is I'm not gonna wear a football jersey if I'm not a fan of that team. They also had these reworked Adidas bags, these reworked Adidas skirts, like cute pieces that you could get here that were so unique. I was so mind blown, and I will have to say that the owners and like everybody that worked there were the kindest people ever. And if you go during the weekend, you can even get like tattoos. Anyway, those are my current thrifts. I hope the 4 months of waiting time were worth it and that you managed to get some thrifting spots out of here, whether you live in Barcelona, whether you're coming here for the summer. I mean, the summer is almost over, but oh, my camera's overheating because it's literally 30 degrees in this apartment. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for being patient with me. If you want more videos of mine, please subscribe to give me some motivation to get back on this, and I will see you next time. Bye!